Hi, I'm Josh,
I'm Vanessa.
and we are destined for wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's weird to say that.
that is weird. This is pretty weird to be doing.
Yes.
Basically, this is our van.
It's Gertie.
This is Gertie. She's a 1992 Mitsubishi Delica L300. She has about 315,000 kilometers on her, and she's still going strong.
Mm-hmm.
And our initial plan with this van was we were going to drive it to Chile,
Argentina.
Argentina. Basically, wanted to do the entire Pan American Highway, starting off in Vernon, BC, Canada, and basically drive down to the bottom of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for the last probably, I guess, 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
we've been building this van for this trip.
Mm-hmm.
Only to then, about 6 months ago, realize that there's a couple countries where right-hand drive vehicles are a little iffy on getting in.
Yeah.
So,
Technically illegal, but you can bribe your way through.
or frowned upon.
Yeah, but we didn't want to pay our way through certain countries or have to bribe police officers that are going to pull us over like every day, probably for driving a right-hand drive vehicle.
We basically just wanted to avoid as many complications as possible.
Yeah.
So here we are, restarting.
Yes, it is doable in these vans. People have done it before, but we wanted to make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah, and the more that we've looked into it, the pros and cons, and after having this van for several years, we've realized how complicated it can be, getting parts, doing maintenance, having bigger jobs done.
Yeah.
And that's having it done in Canada, where I know it is easy to get parts if you know the right people, where we're not sure how that will be if we're in, say, the middle of Guatemala and we blow a ball joint. I don't know how to get that down there. So, unfortunately, we've decided that Gertie will be left here, and that we're going to have to take something else.
But she's our North American toy, so...
Exactly. So she'll be waiting here. So, our plan as of today, which is, I think, August 23rd, 2021.
Yes.
We are going to be hitting the road and doing this, the entire Pan American Highway, starting on, I believe as of today, January 1st, 2023, which is also Vanessa's birthday.
Yes, it is. It will be my 27th birthday.
That will be your 27th birthday. We'll be leaving.
That's weird.
That is pretty weird. So we're planning far in advance, but with all good things, they take time.
Yes.
So after talking with some friends and family, we were kind of encouraged to document this journey with you guys as we are searching around to find our new vehicle for however long it takes us.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to be along with us in the build, basically getting from start to finish.
Yeah.
And the journey from day one till whenever that is.
Yeah, so we don't know how much we'll be filming us looking for a vehicle, as it may take a few weeks, maybe months before we can afford one. So we're just right now grinding to save up the money for it right now. So, but we are open to any advice people have if you've done this trip before or done long trips like that. We are definitely pro Toyota fans.
Yeah, we're definitely pro Toyota fans. And it seems like Toyotas are pretty easily accessible.
Yes.
Thankfully, Vanessa and I have both gotten to travel quite a bit in our lives so far, and our lives together as well. And it seems to us anyways, the harshest conditions in the world always have Toyotas. So we figured that's probably a good call to go with a Toyota.
Yeah, especially some of the countries we're going to go through. We've been through some of them before, like Panama and Costa Rica, and we literally saw Toyotas everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, every day.
Like really cool ones too.
Pretty sweet ones. Some that were beat to absolute garbage. And I'm sure if you're watching this, as you know, Toyotas kind of run forever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our goals. We want to make sure that when we go, we have as little issues as possible. Yeah, so we're not sure if anyone's ever going to see this.
Yeah.
But we figured we may as well start here.
Yes.
So we're gonna welcome you guys along on the journey.
Yeah.
If you have any questions or advice or encouragement or literally anything, because we have no idea what we're doing, comment below, or You can follow us at Destined for Wild on Instagram.
Yes, that's where you'll see lots of photos of Gertie on
There's
there.
lots of photos of Gertie so far, and I'm sure that's probably where we'll document
Yeah.
a lot of our journey.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna go from there. But if you're interested in following along,
Yeah.
I guess subscribe.
Smash that like button too, right?
I guess that's the other thing.
I heard people say that before.
I don't like that.
Also, I guess our original plan for Destined for Wild was not to stick with just one vehicle. It was to kind of follow along our travel journeys along with the vehicles we have, because we both really like vans and trucks and anything cool that you can live on wheels with.
We also just simply love travel as well. So the page kind of follows us, regardless if it's by land, by sea, by plane.
Yeah.
Kind of wherever. We kind of just throw whatever we want on it.
Yeah.
So don't really expect a super similar timeline with it. If you like us and you like what we're about, that's kind of what it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was going to say, after traveling a little bit in Central America, I myself always thought like, oh, it'd be so cool to visit more of this country and drive around and see all the cool places. But it's always so like iffy with like travel rental companies, like car companies and stuff. So we just decided to stick where we were.
And a lot of time we've traveled before, we were also too young to rent a vehicle in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
Without paying an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
So we've been to, the most recent place we've been to before all this COVID and the pandemic we went to Costa Rica for our honeymoon, actually.
Yeah, right before the pandemic.
Yeah, literally, we got back 3 weeks before the lockdowns.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. I remember being there and you kind of started to hear, oh, there's something that's happening, but we never thought it would be almost 2 years later, and here we are.
Yeah.
But everything happens for a reason, I guess. And this whole pandemic has kind of made us want to do this trip more and encourage us more with this. But the point that we were getting at, though, is with Costa Rica, while we were there, we stayed in essentially two places for the couple of weeks that we were there, and we loved it. And we walked everywhere.
Yeah.
And thankfully the areas we were in were relatively small, but we both wanted just to explore as much of the country as we could. And thankfully we made some friends while we were there who had a car, and they showed us around a little bit.
Yeah.
But it definitely encouraged us to go back with our own vehicle.
Yes.
And basically see all of it. So we figured, hey, if we want to see all of Costa Rica, why not see all of it?
Yeah.
So we've been through a few, and I guess the goal is to hit the rest along the way.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see some of you along the way, and otherwise you can follow us along and see how our journey goes.
So thanks for listening if you're there.
Yeah.
And hope you enjoy following us on our journey.
Yeah. Thank you. You'll see more from us. Also, I want to show you guys this crazy cool view. So we're camping on King Eddie outside of Vernon, and look at this view. It's absolutely insane.
So we're up King Letty. Oh, goodness.
King Eddie.
You explain.
This is King Eddie. I think it's King Eddie Lake. There's a few lakes up here, but I know one of them is King Eddie. But this is like a little fishing lake, and just look how still it is right now. It's like glass. Some of the clouds are starting to reflect the sunset. It's starting to look pink. It's gorgeous.
So it's actually quite nice as well, because BC has been in like one of the worst fire years we've had for the last, I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
So we've actually been completely smoked out in the interior for the last almost 2 months, I think.
Yeah.
So it's quite beautiful to actually be able to come out and
See
it's
clear.
funny. These are probably some of the first sunset clouds that we've seen in months.
Yeah.
So we just pulled up for the night, have a little propane fire. We're gonna see where this takes us. This is day one of us starting the plan for this whole trip, so follow along. So I guess this is our first official sign off
Yeah.
from both Vanessa and I, and we're Destined for Wild, so thank you for everything.
Sorry, it was kind of cringy, but we're gonna get better at this.
Yeah, the goal is to be better. So if you want to watch us be super awkward for the next couple years.
We'll get better.
We'll get better, hopefully. But follow along with us.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Have a great morning, afternoon, and evening whenever you're watching.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Vanessa.
We'll try that again. There's a bunch of cows sleeping on the road. So right awake, you guys. I think we're on a standoff.
And go back to sleep.